Good. Hello, fellow traders. Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Monday, October the 23rd. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Weekly open in Gap, and we're going to be trading with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal's. We'll take a look at the weekly chart here, and we can see that all the gaps, open gaps, have filled. Right now, the pound is 13 pips above the open, 13 off the high, and 29 off the low. We'll zoom out to the monthly, where the pound is 8.5 pips below the monthly open. So today, we might have a nice monthly open crossover trade. Looking at the daily, we are putting in the opening range for the week. And just so you know, this is the last full week of trading. For October, we are within the opening range for the month, which we have a high at 22.19 and a low down there about 20.89. And for the year, we're 81 pips above the open, 971 off the high, and 368 off the low. And we have quite a few inside bars to pay attention to. In fact, Friday was an inside bar, and the high was at 21.69, and we're just slightly above it by about 2 pips at the moment. For the day, only 42 pips of range on the pound, and we've got 3 pairs with 100 or more pips.
I went long at 72.5.
Okay. And you can see we've got the weekly open, which is the same as the daily here today at 21.59. And Walmal, just so you know, you're in the wick zones of the H1s for today, the upper wick zone.
I know. Yeah.
And for the rats, there's no trading right now for rats because the range is too low. On the pivots, Bambino flex indicator indicates a long. Near the pivot is short. Near the pivot is long. Near R1 is short. R1 at 21.89 for the day. Now the daily pivot has been taken. The H4 pivot this hour has been taken out. The daily pivot was missed on my chart. It's at 21.40. And we got down to 21.42. The weekly pivot has been taken out. The monthly pivot was missed by about 4 pips. So you said you went long, right, Walmal?
Yeah, I went long at 72.5.
Yeah, we're at 72.3 on my chart. And let's see. Since I didn't do a weekly wrap-up last night, I'll do a quick one. We had a range of 130, high minus low last week at the 8th percentile. We did not break out at a previous high, we did not break out at a previous low. Yes, we did break out at a previous low. I'm looking at the wrong line here. By 33 pips last week. We, for you rats, high minus close was 59 for the red rats, and close minus low was 71 for the green. For the weekly open crossover, high minus open was 79, and open minus low was 50. So once again, those horizontal lines paid off, and we did not extend the range at all for the year. And for the month, we're only at 300 pips. So that's just, in fact, that is the lowest. For the last 20 years, that's the lowest. 303 in 2012 was the previous low range. So that's pretty interesting. Right now it says buyers strong control on the daily. On the weekly, strong control. And on the monthly, buyers, the sellers are in strong control. Are you still in that short, or did you get out?
No,
I'm in that
unfortunately, I'm still
long.
in it. I'm still in that long, unfortunately. I'm down 3 pips. I was actually had 1.5 pips and I should have popped out,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
Oh, by the way, traders, I think the last time Walmal was on, he had taken a trade and he took a loss on it, stopped out, but he came back strong, and I think he made like 2 or 3 times that number of pips.
Yeah, that's part of trading, you know.
Yeah,
It's just the way it works sometimes.
yeah.
I'm gonna get stopped out here. Should have gotten out up at 69.9. I should have gone out and went short at that point.
Well, we just did a
Just taking,
61, or what is it, 61% retrace there.
yep, yep. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's funny. I wanted to go. I've been wanting to go short again because I had gotten short, and then of course it inflected on me, and I bunch of trades, and I wound up taking a 2 pip loss on that trade, but I had made up, more than made up, those 2 pips on other trades. So
See what this candle does.
let's see. You're trying to see which.
Come on, give me a white candle.
Yeah, and traders, one of the things that Walmal and I would kind of keep putting ourselves in a better position to win. Sometimes we have other traders join in on our conversations when we're not making videos, and Walmart and I have a tendency to talk about things other than trading. So I told him, I said, when we have other traders on the line, we should probably just really stick to trading so we don't get them into bad habits.
It's our own bad habits.
Yeah.
I'm out. I took a 5 pip loss on that trade. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, but you were past core, so.
Yeah, and at the same time I did what's called a reversal trade and went short at 65.9. I should just get out right now and take 2 pips. Give it a little bit longer. See what happens. I'm up right now, 1.5 pips.
I'm kind of bummed I wasn't able to go short again up there in the 70 level. But actually, let me take a look at something here. Yeah, it almost covered. Remember I said that candle might cover?
Yep. Yeah,
On
it
that
actually covered
30.
on my chart.
Yeah, that's why when it was going up, I said I should have been long at 65, if I remember correctly. And then,
Yep.
but I didn't take that trade. So then I said, nope, now I got to wait. I might have to wait the whole half an hour because I was thinking it was going to cover. And sure enough, did.
Yeah, I took 1 pip. So now I'm down 4 pips.
Well, from that trade, right?
From that trade, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there goes your 100% day.
Yep, there goes my 100% day. It happens.
Yeah, he hadn't had a loss.
That's the thing about trading, you know. You can take 10 losses in a row, or you can take 10 wins in a row.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and what I told Walmart, I said, What did you say that was good or something? I said, no, what would have been good would have been if you say you followed your trading plan to the letter.
Yeah,
And he did.
exactly.
Me, on the other hand, not so much.
So I went short or got short at, what is it, 64.6 is where it put me in at. Okay, I'm out, and I got a pip and a half on that.
Nice.
So I've made up half of my loss. You really not, by the way, traders, you shouldn't be doing what I just did. I'm concentrating on making up that loss. You really shouldn't be looking at it that way. You should be looking at it, is this a good trade? Am I following my rules? Don't pay attention to making up losses, because then you start clouding your judgment, and, and you wind up making decisions based off of that as opposed to your trading plan. What's the most important thing? Money management trading plan.
Yeah.
And if I had done that, because I kind of broke a rule here because I got out too early, I would have now had, 2.5 pips now. So
What's your
there you
rule?
go.
You said you got out too early. What was your rule?
One of my rules is I want to go and try to make 2 pips on a trade before I get out.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
more of an axiom more than a rule, really. But, the thing is, though, I had no good reason to get out. There was nothing that showed up on a chart that said, okay, get out here because, I got out because I'm looking to make pips up because of taking that one loss. And that's just the wrong way to go about things.
it's kind of interesting you say that. We might have to expand on that the next time we do a trading with Walmal video.
So right now, unfortunately, I'm in this situation where I don't have a trade that I can take on the near term horizon. I gotta wait probably a few minutes here before something shows up. Until it goes and breaks 60, I have nothing.
Yeah, it's funny because this is right where it got to before it did that bounce,
Right.
and there it did that bounce again.
Yep. Some reason, it's traders. You should really pay attention to that. Especially in the early part of the week, there are numbers for some reason that the market likes to bounce off of, and it usually gets set up on Monday and Tuesday, and then they last all week long. Last week it was the 75 line. For whatever reason, all of last week, and actually even part of the week before, it just loved to bounce off that 75 line. And I made a bunch of money doing that because I said, oh boy, it's coming back to that 75. Okay, get ready for it. Wait for a signal right there at that 75, and you'll get that bounce. And it happened time in and time again last week, and like I said, part of the week before as well. Well, today that number has been 60. Now, whether that holds for the whole week or not, I have no idea. The only thing it's going to tell is time. But, if this holds for today and does the same thing tomorrow, now you got something you can go and say, okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to go wait for my trade, wait for my setup, and wait for it to happen around 60, and so just take advantage of it.
Yeah. Well,
And
do you
that's what
still?
you double and triple do.
Yeah, we know we're almost out of time, but that 60 area used to be where you didn't like trading in it because you never knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
whatever reason, it loves to run away from 60 or run into 60. It moves very in a strange way around that 60 line.
Yeah.
And I think it's got something to do with long-term traders using that as a stop loss for like 75 trades.
Yeah.
People who are putting stop loss at 15, 20 pips.
Yeah. Well, okay, fellow traders, the fastest 15 minutes in trading is over. Hope you enjoyed today's session, and always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.